What's up, Benfica Nation? Welcome to a special live edition pre-match of Mr. Benfica Pre-Match Live here on the PTB Media Network. Hello to everybody watching on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. We are about 28 minutes from kickoff now, and I got to tell you, I am not happy right now. The 11 starters have just been released 20 minutes ago or so. I don't know. I'm still recovering here. I don't like it. And I'm going to put them up on the screen for all of y'all right now. And you're going to know right away why I don't like it once I get it up there. Okay. And there it is, courtesy of sofascore.com. We'll start with our team. And I thought it was fine until I got to one certain spot here. Now, we know we come into this match ahead 2-1 on aggregate, okay? We know we are facing a team with an offensive potency that will strike fear in most defenses. We know we leak goals, namely on the left side, but not only. And my goodness, what has Jorge Jesus done here? Okay. Odysseus Vlachodimos starts in goal. That's no surprise there. Everyone expects that. The back three, there's no surprise. Lucas Verissimo, very informed. Nicolas Otamendi and Moratu, no questions there. I'm good with that. We know Diogo Gonçalves is injured, okay? He's not going to play. Gilberto gets the start. I prefer that to André Almeida as the wing-back position. If André Almeida is going to play in this match, it needs to be as one of the back three. There's no place for him there right now. Or the only other opposite option, and maybe this will come if the result is going our way later, is to bring André Almeida in as a right defender, a right back, but in a four-man back where he does not get caught going forward, okay? You would replace Gilberto and you would drop André Almeida into a back four. That's also an option there that I would have no issue with. Now, where you also got Alejandro Grimaldo here, as usual, playing as the left wing back. I have no issue with. I'm always worried about him because there's a guy he's going to be facing up against, and there's a guy on that side that absolutely scares the daylights out of me on PSV. And well, I think this would have been a good match to maybe not go with Grimaldo, but it is what it is. I know why he went with him. He's the experienced player. He gives us something going forward. We can't just sit back. Midfield, Julian Weigl, good call. But what on earth is Adel Tarap doing in the starting 11 of a match in which his characteristics have absolutely no use to us? We're ahead 2-1 in the tie. We know we're going to be put under pressure. We know we're going to be defending. We have a guy who defensively puts us down a man. He has no positioning. He can't defend, okay? He loses the ball every time he touches it. And Jorge Jesus puts him in there in a match like this, in these circumstances. Listen, this guy has his role on this team. This is not it. Why is Mate not playing next to Weigl in this matchup? That is the midfield duo, the holding midfield duo, the double pivot duo that should have been in there. What is JJ doing? João Mario and Rafa play in front of him. No issues there with me. I think Rafa is going to do a lot of defending in this match, to be honest. I think he's going to have to help Grimaldo, Weigl, and Moratu a lot on that left side defensively because PSV love to attack down that right, and they are absolutely filthy dangerous down that right side. Okay. Roman Yaremchuk gets the start at striker. I would have gone with Gonçalo Ramos. He's got a higher work rate. We're going to have to defend a lot. That striker is going to have to be our first defense. I have seen what people have said, that we got to go out and go for the win and risk it all. No, we don't. That's how you lose ties like this. That's how you go on the road and get stomped 4-0. Is with that attitude, that childish attitude, that you're going to go out there and suddenly, when you're playing against a team who man for man is better than you, okay? And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But after what I've seen, and I've now seen at least 5 matches from each of these two teams. I've seen 6 of Benfica, and I've seen 5 of PSV's matches. Okay? I've spent hours watching their matches. Man for man, they are better than we are, especially with this lineup. You need that striker to be a first defender, a guy that's going to press, a guy that's going to push tempo, who's going to make them release the ball quicker. Roman Yaremchuk is a very good option, but I would have liked to seen him come off the bench, once the match has found its rhythm, once the match has found its pace, once some of those players in PSV's backline have gotten a little bit tired. Once we've got some fatigue, some wear. They've played as many matches as we are, even though they seem much fresher than we do. In fact, they've played more matches because they entered one round earlier than we did. They had 2 extra matches against Galatasaray. So they have a bigger body of work to look at. They are absolutely good. Okay. We did very, very well to win 2-1 last week. This now is the most important match maybe we're going to play all season, especially if we don't get into the Champions League. This may be the strongest opponent we see all season if we don't get into the Champions League. They're better than Sporting. They're better than Porto. There's no question about that. Okay, I want to see this match approached the way we approached those 2 Porto matches last season. I don't know if JJ is doing that. I cannot justify and I cannot wrap my head around an inclusion of Adel Taarabt in a starting 11 in a match like this with Mete on the bench, with Florentino on the bench, with Jedson on the bench. All guys that can do that job much better than Adel Taarabt can do. His fanboys can get angry with me if they want. I understand it. That's fine. You can get... And shout out to David at Moonblast X on Twitter. You know what? I'm going to put your tweet up here, David. The messages are blowing up as well. Let's see them here. Let's put some of these messages up. Benfica 1904 says, Vamos Benfica. Hell yeah. And then he says, Benfica will win 3-1. All right, I hope so. João Coutinho's got my exact. Yeah. Dave, shout out to Dave. He's laughing. João Coutinho says we're gonna win. I hope. And then somebody else is in there trolling. So that's the chat right now. I'm gonna put up Dave's tweet. Okay, give me 1 second. Dave in England, that is. Let's put it up here. One moment for me to. I love this. I think this is hilarious. But it's absolutely true, and this sums up what I'm feeling right now. Taarabt is starting. He replied it right to me. Taarabt is starting. No one deserves this pain. Thank you. Thank you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that Adel Taarabt is starting today in a match of this magnitude, in a match that requires a defensive at least clue, which he has none. And I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired of talking about this guy. I know I upset people because I know he's got his fans and they think he's world class because he can do the tunnels and he can do the Zidane turn and he can, okay, I get it. But my goodness, that this match does not call for that. Let's look again. I'm going to put the PSG's lineup back up on the screen for those of you watching along here. And PSV is going in a 4-2-3-1. And you notice PSV is on average 1 year younger than us. This is the oldest lineup I've seen Benfica put out thus far this season. And Joel Dromel is the goalkeeper for them. Philippe Mouvenet, Andrea Ramalho, Olivier Boscagli, and Philippe Max across the back. Marco Van Ginkel in the double pivot, the captain, along with Ibrahim Sangare. The man that I had nightmares about all night last night, Noni Madueke, is on the right, and I have just seen him skin left defenders alive, left midfielders and defenders alive. And when I look over here and I see Grimaldo and I see Morato and Weigl, I don't see the pace anywhere there to stay with Madueke. I'm really hopeful Rafa Silva spends a lot of his time back here because he's the only one that can keep pace with him. Okay, in the center, World Cup winner, remember, goal scorer. You know, he scored the winning goal in a World Cup final. Mario Götze, Cody Gakpo, who's also very, very good. He was the goal scorer in leg one, playing here on the left side of as an attacking midfielder behind the striker. Iran Zahavi. Those are the 22 men that are going to start out in this one. as we are going to find out in the next 90 minutes, or short order, about in the next 110 minutes or so, who's going to take that spot in the Champions League group stage. This is I can't tell you, this is a very, very tough match. I got BTV on. You see me wearing these earbuds because I'm listening to João Gonçalves right now. They're talking about Taarabt being the grande novidade, the change, the big change in Benfica's 11. I think it's borderline suicidal, to be perfectly honest with y'all. Unbelievable. I don't know what's going on. There may be something behind the scenes that none of us know about, but again, almost any other midfielder in that bench is a better option in this game. And if Jorge Jesus is getting illusions of us going out there and dominating play and having the ball for 60% and touching it from side to side, and Taarabt beating people on dribbles and opening up space for people, I think it's crazy. Okay, this team is pacey. We cannot do what we did against Gil Vicente and have a back three that is too high up. Okay, I talked about this last night in the episode, okay, on the podcast. Our back line is playing too high when our goalie, we know, is Vlaco Dimos, and this is not a knock on him anymore. We know what he is. What he is not is a goalie that comes out, plays with his feet like a sweeper keeper. He is not that. He is a guy that stands between the posts, saves shots. He's a shot stopper, a very good one. He's not an 11th field player. The high defensive line, okay, is not a good match for a goalkeeper that needs to sit on his line. I want to see Benfica retreat a little. I'm going against what everyone else wants to see in this match because I'm not thinking of this like a fan up in the balcony, up in the third level. I want to win and I want to celebrate, but it needs to be done intelligently. They will give us opportunities to counter. We need to be patient. I do see the internet signal is failing me once again, and it's getting old. I understand, and I see the viewers dropping quickly as the internet signal goes to shit, basically. But again, we need to tighten up. Okay, so I need that back three to play closer to our box, which means we need to retreat a little bit. Line of confrontation needs to be a little bit deeper. Okay, it can't be so high. João Coutinho has a good point here. He says Odie has improved in those areas, especially playing with the foot. I think he's improved. I will say that. I will agree with that he has improved. And I think that's why he's playing and Elton is not, among something else that might be going on. We don't know. Because JJ did a complete 180 on which goalkeeper he prefers. Somewhere between the end of last season and the start of this one. But he has improved. That's true. However, we saw the goal we gave up against Moreirense. I don't want to see that happen again. I don't want to see him have to come out and play somebody on a dribble. Okay, the speed of Madueke, the speed of Gatko, they're gonna be able to dribble him far too easily. Okay, I want him to be able to square his body up and be able to see the shots as they come in. And I have all the confidence in the world in him that if he can see it, he's gonna save it. It's gonna have to be a perfect shot to beat him. Okay, if he can see it and he can square up, he's most likely going to save it. It's going to have to be perfect to be out of his reach. Now, we just can't have that huge gap. And this is what scares me the most about Taarabt, because what's going to happen? Weigl's going to be needed to help on the left, because we know Grimaldo can't defend Madueke. Okay. And he's hardly, and it's a lot of space for Morato to cover by himself. Weigl has to fall into that space. If Taarabt is who knows where, and he loses the ball, there's going to be a hole in that midfield, the size of the Red Sea. It's going to be like the Red Sea parting, okay? And Götze is going to be like Moses coming through the Red Sea as the water moves on both sides, and he's going to have a free lane, a highway, a freeway at our back three. I'm very, very concerned, if you can't tell, about defensively what could happen in this match. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. This could be a match where maybe PSV doesn't show up. Now, in case you don't know this, I'm going to put something else up on the screen for y'all right now. And shout out here to whoever posted it. I'm finding it right now. Here it is. Okay, so it's Hooligans TV _EU, and I am going to put this on your screen. This was 4 a.m. this morning in Eindhoven. Okay, and this, I mean, I thought I was watching CONCACAF when I saw this. This looks like what a U.S. national team trip to Central America normally looks like at 4 in the morning. Look at that. That's right outside Benfica's team hotel. Okay, that's right outside Benfica's team hotel. Look, they're shooting off fireworks right outside Benfica's team hotel. 4 a.m. this morning. PSV fans welcoming Benfica to Eindhoven. It's part of the game. I mean, yes, I know there's some people that are rubbed the wrong way by it. Again, maybe because I live on this side of the world, and I know that the U.S. national team faces that every time they play an away game in CONCACAF. Maybe it's not as strange to me, but certainly annoying. No doubt, certainly annoying. But listen, this game is being played at like 9 o'clock local time in the Netherlands, okay? Yes, it ruins their routine a little bit. It messes up some of the way they do things, but these players can go back to sleep. Okay, they'll get up, they'll take their morning walk, they'll have breakfast, they'll have their team meeting, and then they have 3 or 4 hours to catch a nap if they want to. Okay, it's not quite as bad as some people think. Remember, they're not like you and I. They don't go to work in the morning and then go play at night. Okay, so I think that they'll be all right. If this were an early match, if we were playing like a 3 p.m. kickoff or even a 6 p.m. kickoff, I'd be a lot more concerned about that. But local time in Eindhoven, I believe it's going to be 9 p.m. at kickoff because I think they're 1 hour later than in Portugal. And I don't think it's going to be that much of a factor. It's more of I think it could be more of a motivation than anything else. Okay, I really do. I think it could be something that serves much more as a motivation than anything else. Okay, anyone out there still watching, if you have any questions, any thoughts, any ideas, throw them up in the chat. I'll put them up on the screen. We've got about 10 minutes till kickoff. Like I said, I got BTV on. Here in the U.S., we've got 2 options today to watch this. You can watch this on TUDN in Spanish, or you can watch it on Paramount Plus in English. Or what I might do is log into the old VPN, log into a server in Portugal, watch this live on TVE as well. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably catch all 3 broadcasts at some point before the end of this match. I like to get the differing opinions. But again, I think Benfica need to remain calm. They need to. The good thing is the away goals do not factor. So if we go behind 1-0, it's tied. We're not behind like we would have been last season, okay? Problem is there's a good likelihood of extra time for a team here, this Benfica team, that physically does not look to be 100%. Okay, they've looked to be there's clear tire and wear on this team. If you watch these matches, you can see them. They have spurts of real good stuff, and then they have spurts of real struggle. Fitness could be an issue. Maybe that's why Tarapti is starting. Maybe there's a fitness issue with Mete. If that's the case, that's a little bit of mismanagement on the manager's part. Now, he has rotated more than I've ever seen him rotate in this 3-week, 6-match period. So I think he's doing everything he possibly can. And maybe there's a logical explanation for this. But sensically speaking, common sense-wise, when you look just at the characteristics of the players and what you need in this match, remember, we're ahead 2-1. A draw is as good as a win. Okay, it's not that we're going out to play for a draw. We're playing to win, but if we're drawn, we are winning. Okay, we are winning if we are drawing. It's essentially the second half of a game. Okay, this is a game that had 4 quarters versus a game that has 2 halves. We played 2 last week in Lisbon. Now we're going to play 2 at the Philips Stadion today. All right, I think that we need to be cautious. Okay, I am not in favor of throwing caution to the wind. I'm in favor of feeling this one out. PSV have the ability, and have done so plenty this season, of striking early. We need to be extra alert and extra aware in the first quarter of an hour. Okay, that's going to be so crucial. We cannot go behind 1-0 and let them level the tie in the first quarter of an hour, and then give them over an hour to, give them, 75 or 60 minutes to find a winning goal. Okay. I think we're going to get one ourselves. I think they're going to be left on a counter, and we're going to get our opportunities on the counter. And maybe that's why Yaremchuk is playing and not Gonzalo Ramos. Maybe it's because the manager's got more confidence in the fact that if you only got one chance, he's more likely to finish his one chance than Gonzalo Ramos. I can accept that. I'm looking at this from a how do we manage this result we have. Okay, who brings the characteristics I would be looking for in this match? Now, again, JJ's there for a reason, and I'm sitting here in this seat in Boston, Mass for a reason. Okay, so obviously he knows, he knows what he's doing, and I'm nobody to sit here and clearly, just criticize his selections. There's something in this Adel player that JJ, that Bruno Lage, that Nelson Verissimo all saw and believed in. Okay, there's something there. As much as I can't see it from my television, maybe if I'm in training every day, I'd see it. Okay, I will admit, because sometimes players just do that, and you're just waiting for them to show that. And he had, he had a lot of giveaways on Saturday, but he had two opportunities to score. One was off the free kick, another off of a right-footed shot. Pizzi's on the bench. That's a good option. I'm good with that, because if it's, if we need a goal with a half hour to go, you bring on Pizzi. Okay, you bring on Pizzi. He can give you that delivery in the final third. You bring on Pizzi. You bring on Gonzalo Ramos. You sacrifice, Tarap. Tarap's only going to go so long. So Pizzi likely replaces him, I think, at that point. Unless we're ahead, and then Mete replaces him, and Mete and Weigl make like a strong double pivot in the center of midfield behind João Mario. All right, BTV has ended their pregame coverage, so that's going to conclude my pregame coverage, okay? I'm going to switch over to Paramount Plus, watch this in English here on CBS, and hope for the best. I am hopeful, of course, and I think that we can really do something today. This is a big match for us, okay? Getting by this team would be a giant accomplishment. I'm not by any means selling this short. This is a good opponent, a very good opponent, one that like I said, 1 through 11, I rate higher than ours. Okay, I do. I think we're better in the back, they're better in the attack. It's that simple. But they have some options up there that can just cut us up. So I'm hoping we're aware. I'm hoping communication is on point. I'm hoping that, like I said, Rafa especially is a assistance in the back. His pace is needed in helping contain Madueke. That's the matchup I'm looking to see. Madueke versus Grimaldo and Morato. And the more we can keep that back three compact and in the center, centrally, the better we're going to be defensively. So if that means Rafa has to slide in between Gilberto and Morato, I'm all for it. We saw last season when Benfica played against Porto, we saw Franco Cervi play as a second left back. That's what I was hoping to see today. I'm still hoping in a way that that's what's going to happen for the portions of the match where it needs to happen. That Rafa is going to get into that space, cut off those lanes, and he's going to be able to run with Madueke. It's a tall order, but we can do it. Okay, we have quality too. We certainly do. The teams are in the tunnel right now, and it looks like Benfica are in their red tonight. That's excellent to see. They got the white, unless they're playing with the white jerseys, white shorts, and red socks. I'm loving the kits already. I see Benfica. They got white jackets on. They got white shorts and red socks. PSV's got red jackets right now, black shorts and white socks. So it's going to be fun to see. I'm already getting pretty psyched about the kits. This is a rematch of the Champions League final 1998. So the lights are out and the strobe lights are on. They're making the presentation. The walkout is about to begin. I'm going to sign off. This is the Mr. Mike Agostino. Follow on Twitter at MikeAgostinho. Okay, and follow this show on Twitter at Benfica Mister. And if you haven't yet, at the bottom of the screen there, click on the subscribe button, subscribe, hit the little bell so you know whenever I go live. I'm going live tonight in a post-game show, or it'll be a podcast episode that goes live tonight, post-game, probably around 8 o'clock Eastern time here in the United States, so about 1 a.m. Portuguese time, okay, 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. That's it.
So Mr. Mike Agostino signing out. Enjoy the match. Carrega Benfica. Vamos Benfica. E peludo Busunum. We are Benfica. Pelo Benfica. And I'll see you later tonight.